Hello guys, my name is Anthony Akub, and today we're going to be talking about health in Iran. Eating styles and food culture in Iran consists of a lot of red meat with spicy toppings, and they emphasize rice in most of their meals with minimal fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables, or vegetables, are typically introduced within the kebabs, and kebabs are pieces of meat served on a skewer, and usually chicken and lamb are the most common. Most commonly served meats on the skewer. They have a flatbread called naan, which is served with a lot of their meals as well. And like depicted in the picture, that is a pretty basic meal in the Iranian culture. And their food in context is called Persian food, which consists of a lot of high amounts of carbs and sodium. Due to the rice and the bread is where the carbs come from, and the sodium is presented within the spices and the meat. Most prevalent health issues. Number one is cardiovascular disease as the top killer in Iran, with over 100,000 Iranians dying per year. The chronic kidney disease has also become a serious health threat in the country. The chronic kidney disease usually attacks people that are over 70 in the country, with more prevalence in women than in men. And the coronary artery disease, which accounts for 29.09% of all deaths in Iran, is usually comes from high fat intake and the clogging of arteries within the Iranian people. And prevalent health issues. So obesity, diabetes, smoking, hypertension are among the leading causes for Iran's three most common illnesses and diseases. The obesity and diabetes comes from the food that they eat within that country, their dietary plan, things like that. Just a fun fact, Iran has the world's highest rate of STD infection. The patients that contract HIV usually contract it from intercourse rather than drug use. I know usually in a lot of countries, drug use is where the infection comes from, but not in this case. As you see in the image depicted below, health issues are 21.1% of Iran's problems, which has a direct correlation to the people themselves and how they're eating and what lifestyles that they're having, which could be changed for the better. Connection between nutrition and health issues. So health issues in Iran come from a lack of diet, fitness, and healthy water and sanitation. So in Iran, a big problem is healthy water. They lack healthy water, which means that they're not having sanitized water. Sanitation is also a problem. Diet and fitness are huge because their diet is consisting of a lot of sodium and carbs, which leads to the diseases that we discussed. Fitness, cardiovascular disease and chronic kidney disease could be changed and could be decreased with more fitness. High blood pressure arises from high salt, fat, and cholesterol-filled diets, which directly correlates to cardiovascular disease and chronic kidney disease. Globalization. So Iranian culture was impacted by globalization, but only socially and not strictly on their dietary problems. So the dietary profile was stationary. In order to not change the food culture of the people of Iran, it does not allow the establishment of foreign-owned companies, even in the form of franchises. What this quote means is that in Iran, they do not allow franchises such as McDonald's and other fast food chains to enter into their country, which is very good in terms of it doesn't allow these fast food chains into their country to have an effect on their diets. So solutions that we can take to possibly tackle these problems in Iran is to introduce more chicken into their diet rather than high red meat intake. We can also introduce more fruits and vegetables. Maybe more vegetables could be an alternative to more of the carb base that they have there. And drinking water throughout the day rather than soda and other soft drinks would be a healthy opportunity for these people. I read a study that having more healthy water and just drinking water throughout the day could help increase your heart health and things like that. And the more fruit and vegetables that are in your daily diet promote healthy well-being, and it will help alleviate the excess of sodium and cholesterol. And focus on exercise like 3 times a week could have a direct correlation to cardiovascular disease, because exercise like running and just lifting weights, things like that, it will boost your heart health. And lifting weights would prevent coronary artery disease because, like we talked about, coronary artery disease has to deal with the high amounts of fat. Lifting weights will change that fat into muscle, which will help alleviate this disease. These simple solutions will provide for less problems in the future and will help the Iranian people to have a healthier lifestyle in general, just focusing on these simple solutions and suggestions. Thank you for your time. Thanks for listening. Talk to you soon.